Hey, welcome back. You know, we're gonna hop right in. No time to waste. Jesse Lee Peterson, let's get it, let's go.
Why are you running, Mark? What's up?
No, I'm not running. I got another
You told me running.
No,
and your
not running.
wife see you running. What a beta.
All right, okay, thank you.
Are you gonna run?
Beta!
I have to go. I'm not running. I have to go.
Beta
You're
man!
running. Erica, what do you think about Mark running?
Unfortunately, this is the day of his book launch, and he's really tightly scheduled, and it's unfortunate that there's an overlap. But we do thank you for your time. So,
Are you
all the
leaving
best.
too? Can we hang
Yeah, I'm
out?
gonna have to
Yeah,
go.
we have to go to that lunch. Yeah.
But y'all not even in the same city. Are you guys conservative Jews or liberal Jews?
We're just Jews.
No
We don't
politics.
really that way.
You don't get
Just
involved.
Jewish.
Oh, you didn't get involved with politics.
Well, I mean, when it comes to being Jews, as Erica said, we're Jews, and
Did y'all vote for the Great White Hope?
I'm not sure what that is.
Do you know who it is,
Donald Trump.
Mark?
yeah, but we're not talking about politics. I mean, it's to your question, we're just Jews. We're proud Jews. We try to raise our kids to be good Jews, and we're blessed with lots of friends and people we admire who are Jews and who are Christians.
So in case, Erica, you don't know, I'm talking about the Great White Hope, Donald Trump.
Oh, I never heard that term.
Now that you hear it,
Yeah, I think that there's so much that we want to share from Mark's book and the wisdom of our tradition, that would be a more productive.
Oh, let me say shout out to Right Track Wrong. Right Track Wrong, I love your content, bro. I definitely love your content. And I saw that you commented, so I just hope you see this video. Hey.
Conversation to have than politics. People of good faith and conscience can have differences on which politicians they think will be best for our future, but I think that's not really an area of interest for this conversation.
what do you guys think about the anti love for the Jews? There's a lot in America, especially, but not only. There's been in the college campuses and places, there's been a lot of attacks upon the Jews. What do you think? Why do you think that is happening? What do you think about it?
I think it's been deeply, deeply troubling. There is, for anyone who wants to learn more about what's been happening on the college campuses, I just saw a great documentary with my children. I wouldn't necessarily watch it with young children. It's called October Hate with the number 8. And it is about the horrific response after Israel was attacked and its people were kidnapped, which largely centered on the campuses. And I think what we're seeing now with violence against Jews in America is a global intifada, a global violent uprising. And I think that we can look at our college campuses as a big part of the problem of what they allowed to fester, to multiply. And all of our politicians have failed us by not implementing mask bans, and our college leaders failed us by not differentiating between free speech, which is incredibly important, and hate speech and incitement. And so I think there's great work to be done, and I hope that your audience will step forward. What we need is partners who, when Jews are not in the spaces, will step forward and say, hey, this is unacceptable. There should be no more demonization. Jews are just human beings like everyone else. Because once you allow people to dehumanize, then any story is believable, just like all of these crazy lies that are being put into the press and into our social media and spreading like wildfire. The only reason that these incredulous stories are taken on as fact is because people have already accepted the dehumanization of Jews. So
Interesting.
I guess that would be my final word to your listeners as our time wraps up, that I would very much hope that people would stand up all the more so when there are no Jews in the room and say, these are children of God, and they are no different from you and me, and the demonization has got to stop. And if we want to be a safe and secure and holy people and country, we have to stand up for everyone, including the Jewish people.
That guy don't trust Jesse.
The one thing that shocked me, is that I never imagined that one day in my country that I would hear knowing that the Allah people see us as the big Satan and Israel as the little Satan, right? And they want to deceive the Christians and Jews in order to destroy them. I never imagined that one day in America, somehow or another, our enemies will move in and they will shout out loud, death to America, death to Israel, that they will burn the American flag right in front of our faces and put up the Allah flag. I didn't think that that could happen, and I didn't think that America would allow it to happen if something like that even attempted to happen. I'm stunned by that. And why did that happen, Mark? How come America allowed that to happen?
Well, I would just, I think in closing, I think the one thing we can really focus on is there's been a lot of anti-Semitism, more than we ever would have expected.
Right.
But I would also say that we've been really blessed by the friendship of so many Christians who really, particularly the evangelical community, who's really stood up with us.
Are you stunned, as I am, that the college allows this kind of stuff? The universities in America allows this to happen?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, yes, we are, and we were stunned by the anti-Semitism that was rampant on college campuses after October 7th, and yeah, absolutely.
What's the solution? Either one of you, what's the solution?
I think our time is up.
Not yet. They're not up yet. Where are you going? Don't be trying to run. What the?
Oh, no, it's okay, yeah.
What the?
Yeah, we got about 5 more minutes.
No, we were scheduled for an hour.
Oh, I thought it was a half hour.
No.
Oh.
What's the solution, Mark?
Well, I don't know if there's.
He feels uncomfortable with the conversation.
I think it's, for good people to stand up.
And what do you have to say to that, Erica?
Yeah, I think that when we are quiet, people start to believe that these radical ideas are the norm. Mark, maybe you want to talk about the studies that you've seen on heavy drinking on college campuses and what happens when people don't speak up because they think that they're in the minority opinion. And I think that people of good conscience need to begin to speak up. I think for people who haven't wrestled with the concept of Jew hatred and how this new form of it, which is anti-Zionism, plays.
There's a good book out there called Totalitarianism. Y'all should read about it. It helps you really understand what they're talking about.
Is that a really useful way for people to begin to think about it is if you take any scenario and replace what they are saying about Jews or behaviors they're doing toward Jews with any other group that normally people don't allow you to treat poorly, it becomes very clear very quickly. So, for example, even though people have strong opinions about the Russia and Ukraine war, you don't see people throwing paint on all the Ukrainian restaurants or the Russian restaurants. You don't see schools where those children go being vandalized or threatened. You don't see churches, so and on and on. So you can if you're ever unclear of whether what you're is Jew hate or something else, try substituting another group that you wouldn't tolerate being victimized in this way, and it becomes clear really quickly that in fact there is a unique level of tolerance in this country and globally when it comes to harassing Jews. So that would be my first ask to all of your listeners. And I think there is great power in speaking up. And when you speak up, it takes a lot of courage. And then for the next person, it doesn't take quite as much. And the next one, even less. And then it just becomes the norm to speak up. And I think we've had too much silence because people don't want to be canceled. And they think that this noise, especially what we see on college campuses and what the mainstream media chooses to amplify, they think that that's the main vision in this country. But Mark and I can personally attest from our friends and people who've reached out to us that there are many people across all divides who stand with us in the name of truth and tolerance, and we need to just all amplify our voices.
Amazing. When you are helping people in your work over in Africa, what is it that you do exactly?
Well, we we partner with Christian missionary doctors at Christian hospitals in Africa to provide clinical care, to build infrastructure, to do training, and sometimes hospital administration. And it's a real blessing for us to be able to work with these Christian missionary doctors and their colleagues in Africa, these great men and women, both and to help both bring care to those in Africa and to create the structures that will enable more care in the years to come.
What do you think about the genocide that's happening in South Africa, where the blacks are destroying the white people?
We don't actually have any work in South Africa. Our work is in East and Central Africa. And,
okay.
So again, I don't necessarily agree with that presumption.
And Erica, what do you think about President Trump brought some white people from South Africa because of the genocide? What do you think about what's happening with the whites in South Africa?
Yeah, I really don't have any expertise in that area, so I would hesitate to weigh in.
Are you guys aware that he brought some white refugees from over there?
I haven't followed that story closely.
Do you know about it, Eric? I mean, what's his name? I forgot. Do you know about it? So not
I really haven't followed it.
But are you aware that he brought white people here from Africa?
I don't know. I don't know much about it, and I only like to speak about things where I have some basic knowledge.
So what's happening over there is the government is taking the land of the whites. They were shouting death to the white people, death to Boer, and they are robbing them, selling them. They're really being genocide. How do you feel knowing that white people are being genocide, under genocide in South Africa? How do you feel about that?
Well, I think I actually I have to be somewhere at 6:40 and 6:42 now. So I guess I got the timing wrong. But
you feel like you? Why are you running, Mark? What the?
No, I'm not running. I got another
you're totally running.
No,
and your wife see you running. What a beta!
All right. Well, thank you.
Are you gonna run?
No, I have to go. I'm not running. I have to go. But,
no, you're running.
All right. Well, thank you.
Erica, what do you think about Mark running?
Unfortunately, this is the day of his book launch, and he's really tightly scheduled, and it's unfortunate that there's an overlap. But we do thank you for your time. So,
are you leaving too? Can we hang out?
I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, we have to go to that lunch. Yeah.
But y'all not even in the same city.
Yeah, we are. We're both in New York.
Oh, you are. All right.
Right.
Thank you.
At least let's do the hot seat.
Oh,
We
okay.
really got to go. It was nice. Thank you.
All right. Thank y'all. What's amazing? They ran. As much as I love the Jews, they ran. Yeah, they knew it was for an hour. We told them it was set up for an hour. That's not true that Marty got no appointment. What's up?
Jesse is hilarious, man. He's comedy. All right, man. I really don't talk that much in the Jesse Lee Peterson videos because just got to let them play out and see what they talking about. But, hey, y'all, I'm out, man. Comment down below what y'all think. Peace.